All right, y'all. Oh, KAN in this bit, when I go live and I get on this handle, that means people are lurking on my other handles. And I have to say hi to this family. But no, I got a good one for y'all because in the end, everybody that really knows me and I like to play I Spy games and get a base up, not hide. Just, don't be the center of attention type understanding of communication, but, everybody could always hit me up. Oh, I have a good one for y'all today. Oh, back to tell y'all niggas, y'all ain't on shit. You niggas ain't on shit. Oh my goodness. I've been, how many videos, y'all know I've just been walking around lurking to get it on 1,000%. Don't tell me how the world work, okay? And, you know, I had to wash my hands and jump on my bed. What the fuck is going on? I kid you not. I went from like a modded $7 game where you can't 5-star me to work at Taco Bell that people give me these obnoxious attitude. I swear, I used to walk down the street. I used to walk down the street anywhere, any part of the hood, any goddamn, even with my youngins, family letters wise, um, like took them to Hollywood trick or treating, masked up, hoodie on, and nobody bat an eye. They're like, oh, it's echoing. Only he could do that. Or oh, we see the reason behind him doing that, and then I work Taco Bell, and no, not near nigga from Georgia in there, and now I walk past people, and I feel like I'm getting like it's about to alert somebody, or y'all know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. In the end, I'm live to tell y'all ain't on shit, and it don't get any more gangster than this, okay? For, you know, street orphanage and Detective Webpoolz school boards, you know, like if I was an unlockable character or modded character in the bully game, right? So, you know, I just want people to, that's exact, listen. Listen. Oh my God, there's so much shit to talk about. Let me tell y'all something. So, I don't want to hear how the world works. I know how the world works, and I can't believe we are choosing to be this stagnant. But I am live to end what I'm out to. What the whole reason why I'm live is to end the whole stereotypes of what war is. Excuse me, like it's not a multi-dimensional thing. While we only talk about the linear, because I kid you not, it don't make no sense. Something got to give. And like I said, people know me and I'm quiet, and it don't get any more gangster than this. And you know, it's just KAN. But no, the point that I'm making more is I've been in so many positions where I need less to say, right? And you know, y'all know that me having to need less to say, if it leads to me being in a position where people don't hit me up no more, let alone if I get to that need less to say, if people don't hit me up no more, because I never hit people up and people didn't think nothing of it. It was just, I was always that no ceiling 911 type of ambulance baller, shot caller, you get what I'm saying, with the Paul. But you know, because I before I say this, I really want to like put some minutes, because you know I don't have time for us to downplay what I'm about to say. I really don't care for us to downplay, but we do know that I do tiptoe places, and I really want to confirm like what I was doing in the suite as an ambulance baller, shot caller, and I would wash my clothes. I would spread my bed if I was trying to stay here, or if something derailed me to stay here longer. Um, just a little example. And y'all know me, you know what I'm saying? Well, I call it Class of 2013 Manhunt Game for the vibes. But the positioning that that I'm at right now is, we don't need to be at bay, and then wars can that don't make sense. Me not able to like break through or step through or something, and it'd be a mediocre fight. I'm not saying on the other side that makes sense of war. I'm not saying that. But I am saying what I'm about to explain is proof of not stereotyping wars, and the world's multidimensional, and people do move that way, as a conglomerate with multiple people, because you get what I'm saying? It was always alibi, So if we have like people, like the last video I made on here, because the last video I made on this page, my mom said, she said that when we was younger before, so she was trying to cry and act like, I don't know how I threatened her and she opened up the door, but she was just embarrassed that I had that type of eyesight, that king sight between the lines and covers that other people have, with how I was very militant in school, and people really move off their own momentum, because not adjacent, because everybody was saying I ain't gotta do all that. So, but to shooting to the stars for adjacency. So that they was in here complaining because they, all my other handles are like, wasn't really built at the beginning of, or had the feel of what I was in school. They was built for my life after school. But so let's just get to explaining what the fuck happened, right? So, and it don't get any more gangster than this, okay? So, I'm sandbox living, because I'm Detective Webpoolz, and my my right to bear arms is my citizen arrested alarm or freeze. I'm not going out on a limb and saying I'm entrepreneur Detective Webpoolz and I said freeze just like the cops do. No, how I have rights. I'm neighborhood kid, neighborhood mom vibe. I have rights, and it came to my mom would say I'm desperate to make a joke, and that's what Detective Webpoolz is. People are what's called webbed, and they are tagged, outlined for watching that type of tendencies for no reason, because I don't just try to embarrass people, but people know they are going past the lines in situations that I never said my entrepreneurship was taking off. But at the same time, I know when I'm making noise, because in the end, we're trying to go, oh, you're trying to say you were silent on purpose, so when you speak up, we know you ain't lying. We're not going to give that to you. What is there to give, or tell me I'm lying? If you tell me I'm lying, what you're forgetting is what you can say to me, and it won't hurt my feelings while we don't say it. No one asked you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? So in the end, all I'm trying to say is, I'm in this bitch. Listen. Oh, man. All right, so we're going to do it like this, right? Because all my other platforms were getting a good amount of traffic to my music platform. And then I felt it stop. YouTube, all of that. And I'm at a position that I have to speak that way. So that's why I'm going to start. That's how so it's been matrix around me like, no, I don't have to speak that way. Or like I said, who asked you type vibe. But I do have to speak this way. I'm not cussing to sound cool for the next friend. I have to speak this way. And then outside looking in will say they gravitated to, because if you are a moniker of an athlete and you're the what's the word, the alibi, for lack of better words, of looking into athletes, if you that moniker and you don't do nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because nothing wrong with cussing, but because obviously, and then to me, if you do the eye test, you're not gonna find a great manner. First of all, someone that cares about every team, let alone put their team that promise they'll put their team in above all to everybody that's a loved one. So, and that's hard to do because it's a lot to juggle. And why would they spend all that time when they can take that energy and put it for their primary self, let alone singular to the team, a singular team, you know what I'm saying, to individuality, but to whatever might happen. But in the end, what I'm saying is by the clout wise of how they say the moniker of someone that's trying to become a free agent or still trying to make it, and if you haven't done nothing, you'll be watched if you really on that status quo of a athlete, which is a lie because obviously the other slander is why are people bothering someone so hard, and people say don't worry about them, you just keep doing what you're doing and watch how it pays off. Okay, I kept doing what I'm doing, that it paid off that I have to cuss. You know, that's all that paid off to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the fuck. So, you know, I covered all here to give this handle is respect because I can feel the respect, you know what I'm saying, to other things of hand. So when I do say this, understand I'm pointing out the right people particularly. Okay? So for the appreciation. So, because once again, niggas ain't on shit. Okay? Niggas ain't on shit. And, I'll go days without eating, right? Sometimes, or once a day, okay? And let me tell y'all what happened, because this is beyond me, right? So obviously, everybody in the world has their own drop, because there's more informative stuff I can say. So let's just moment of silence before I go into an improvisation of what's needed for this live, and like I'm gonna leave stuff out when that's just extra credit or proof, needless to say, more things to say. But okay, everybody has their own individual attention to how the world works, right or wrong, to a understanding to trials and errors, learn from, troubleshoot, as if that's not their word, experience to gather to anything else between knowing the person that says they know it all, they say don't know it nothing at all to extent. So, or say they know it all. But okay, so I was in here, right? I have my phone on like 4%. I mean 4%, 4 all the whole, because I don't want to be a hinder to nobody. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's why I respect anybody that knows me like that. You know what I'm saying? That my mom would be like that. That I went on the other hand, like I said, and I was speaking to what's her name, and I was like, I said in videos, I was like, I don't know if I gotta watch it back if I did get it out to say, because they was trying to shut me up because it was, oh, you just wanna one piece this bitch or some shit. You know what I'm saying? As I call myself, a pirate or something. So, but I've seen a little One Piece, because obviously I never seen no pirate movie, but I had never seen no pirate movie. And that's why I started watching One Piece, because that's the same reason why I didn't watch those type of other things. It gave that type of display, like I'm trying to copy instead of be my authentic, sadistic, chivalry self. So why I call myself entrepreneur detective Webpoolz, the chivalry side. So another video I was talking about use K or something like that. That's another big, okay. So in the end, y'all know me and shit like that. I'm quiet all day. I play my music. I DJ my music. Like I said, I DJ in the suite, and when I was in the suite, I could see the type of people that came in. I might open my door and yell out hallelujah, what a great day, and want to go outside and go places. And I notice people start watching my door for that, right? So I start DJing in my room, and I might not do it that day because that's how you say good morning without saying anything. You know what I'm saying? And so I came here on the same things, right? And my mom watches my videos and is hip to that. My brother went to school with us and shit like that. And that's why I'm glad to have like this many people that are in tune to my actions. Other than my other platforms, I have I guess like a few people or a good majority of people, than to a lot of people that I don't want to say randoms, but didn't give the time to get in tune because they feel like they're already in tune to whatever I might say, type of attention span vibe. And you know, so anytime, it's just simple. Anytime parents act like they're more hip to you, the kids look at each other like, you know what I'm saying? So if my mom act like she's hip on things, and then my siblings already knowing how I would ridicule the situation, but we have to still be in the bout of whatever communication might come out the parent to the adult before we was adults' mouth. So I'm in here quiet. I haven't ate all day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to whoever I watch to make people understand how viral they are from how viral I am without that type of following on my handles. So so I can give that type of award to people. So, you know, I'm chilling to myself all day. Like I say in my videos, I don't chill with none of these two people at all. So it's very embarrassing. And as y'all know me, I don't chill with them. So now I'm in a position where it don't get any more gangster than this. So they're in their rooms, and my mom said, he took over the whole. This boy took over the whole. What I forgot how she said, but she said he would just take over the whole. I was like, oh man, I meant the PS. So this is going to explain paranormal activity. Can't stack because y'all know what I'm saying. So I'm saying y'all hideouts are gone because she said this shit and all this. It's going to explain paranormal activity, what to do in those positions. You know, when you watch movies and it'll be like, or you hear about somebody that's getting bashed and it was something that was more of an insider from them not having their head on right, but they saw they did something for them. You know, they're not trying to entertain that, and they be like, oh hey, you think you can? You ain't trying to entertain it, or you think I'm weird for doing this? So those type of explanations, etc. If I'm not explaining the right, moment of silence for anything I'm not explaining. And y'all know I keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in school wrestling and football, and everybody played with my focus. I didn't goddamn get an attitude. You know what I'm saying? You have to get a certain attitude for people like, all right, I don't want to deal with that attitude tomorrow. So I might mess with him the next day. No, everybody's like, he not complaining. Let's play with his focus. And my mom is like, oh, you think you're good at that? So you know what I'm saying? When people get an attitude like, you know, sore losers for I'm not phased when my focus game played, but that makes me blind. You know what I'm saying? As niggas that was on the team with me and shit like that. She will come while I'm going to watch coach, assist coach, if coach is ready at one, and then it's like, man, your match is coming up, or da-da-da like that. As she walking around trying to, you know, stop whatever peaking of people calling me cool for bullying the bully KN type vibe all over wherever tournament I went. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, you know, it's real shit. I think I'm camouflage just a little bit, but whatever. So while my focus is played with, but I have it in an equilibrium that everybody, it won't, you know, I'm seasoned fire, you know what I'm saying? I'm seasoned drama because everybody want to laugh at me for not being ready for the match. And that was my trick or something. They're like, that's not no fucking trick. So I guess that's what make me cold, like Associate said. Have you seen Zemain's match? So I trick people that I want to be ready how unfocused I am. I'm instinctual like that or something like that. And I won a sportsmanship award, all kind of sportsmanship award for that type of lethal. That's very lethal, dangerously lethal. So if y'all understand why I call myself Young Webpool. And then, like I said, in the other hand, though, people was like, he has limelight for being quiet and us bullying him. We'll stop doing that or some shit. Because playing with someone's focus is bullying. But, he has limelight for being quiet. So let's bother him like, who do you think you are or something. So whatever that means. And all jobs did it, but it got bad at a main one. So boom. So now I'm in here, right? And I haven't ate all day. So all I said was, I hate when people put words under my mouth, like talk under my breath. Because I'm just trying to troubleshoot. I'm a singer and a rapper, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to say I hate when people, like, if they know you're going to the studio, all the noise joins in. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done with people playing with my focus so long, I know how to get away. So people are now scheduling how to play with my focus, like how I was status quo with it. You know what I'm saying? So in the void of people not choosing a day to play with me, it's just every day, and I can learn from that. That was therapeutic and counseling for how I know he jokes. Like my mom said I'm desperate to make jokes. Now people did avoid, and now they're scheduling, so I said, because I was doing a song of mine, like, if the world went off my new, like, people were wondering, like, how cold-blooded I am, jungle I am, and they're like, is that, so you're not fazed by people playing with your focus? And I was like, if the world went off my new better, if the world went off my new better, since less than 3 it'll be better for, and the lyric is we. But I didn't want to say we for the person I was watching, because I don't talk like that. So I'm not trying to let people backdoor the situation and blame me. So I hate when people talk on bro, because when I say we and I'm doing a song, I know songs catch, if you play a song when you're at like a party or someone go through something, you know what I'm saying? Like, someone stuck and you play jam, go with it, it ain't, that song be perfect for me. Like in wrestling, jam, go with it, it ain't too much for me. You know what I'm saying? It catches, it's like a vacuum to catch that type of vibe. So when I said we, I didn't say we because I felt that. And I was like, man, I hate when people do that. Then my mom said, oh, I'm saying this, she said, this boy is took over the whole, I think she said room or something. I was just like, what? And the atmosphere was stationed like we was about to, like it was courted to argue. I know she wrong. But you shouldn't argue with your mother or something, how she gonna win. But the thing is, that means she was following me the whole day to have it stationed like that. And because you want to know what was out the atmosphere? I didn't eat. So now the whole atmosphere is talking about me being this party house, this never worse invitation, desperate to make a joke, cool guy. This is what I mean about, like, this shit is crazy. Like, I was saying, oh yeah, another thing I was saying, because that's what I was saying. I was like, this is proof the world is moving while we're standing still. Like, that is proof of the world's multidimensional and war is being stable. That right there, if I could record that and we get it to what's it called? The Council of United, everybody, you will see every way these niggas straight up started a war. That's how much the noise air was out the app. I'm not even exaggerating, but I am being funny. The air was, what do you mean I'm in here? I took over? And that's why I went on this handle. I took over because I said I didn't want to, I told her I'm not trying to stay here. So I took over trying to leave. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. Well, there's more than I'm about to elaborate, but I'm trying to leave. I haven't ate yet. So my mind is on trying to leave. She's over here imagine me leaving when I was chilling with y'all, when I was, or some of y'all, you know what I'm saying, but majority, as a teenager, and I come back in happy that everybody's safe and bullet catching or gentlemen, whatever it is, because obviously focus. Well, I said people playing my focus. I come home with a more. I had a great time and drugged in a different way. People played in my focus for some shit. So when I what's the name, it's an amazing vibe, and no one can ever get their focus played like that and cleared like that for what's the name. So boom, there go a little medicine that my mom also was talking about. You need to be on medicine or some shit. Thinking, oh yeah, if you put him on that medicine, y'all playing with his focus. Imagine what that would do to his. So in the end, that's another story. But I'm saying, I mean, she said this boy then took over. Not to try to leave, but that's what I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to get on my feet. Like, I'm trying to get outside, go out. I'm trying to go get a job, the minimum, or another from Entrepreneur Detective Webpoolz, feats and everything between. And she's saying, me trying to do that, this boy then took over the whole house. And I'm known for getting evasive. So she said, so I got evasive or something. She said, this boy trying to leave, you know what I'm saying? Trying to not stay here. This boy then took over the whole. And it was irritating me is that there's an argument to be like, what are you talking about? And like, I'm not a grown man, and then it cuts to 20. So she's trying to throw all of that great merits of me being that kid, being this kid. I ain't 39. Camp I ain't 39. All under the what's her name? For wherever she sees them from when she was in America, I'm in Jamaica, and knows the atmosphere shifts. So she's like, oh, I know how the atmosphere shifts like that. We talk about that and on and on. Y'all the ones that don't until social media came, and then y'all get on your phones and you know what I'm saying? To a story that I could talk about where someone's like, man, I didn't even get my phone. That's another story. Y'all know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another story. That's a whole nother story of someone was making fun of their family later. Some he talked to the real authority. I don't want to put it in one domicile, so talk to the real authority. What you calling? So he's like, I don't even got my. If the world went on my knew better, if the world went on my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for we. So, in the end, people that knew me, and I said I'll handle those, like, to when I went back to school, and they was like, oh, I love my mom. And it was like, neighborhood mom vibe. So I knew who said I don't respect my mom. My mom would never say I don't respect her. But why would you, if your mom loved you, you know what I'm saying, why would she put you through that type of maturity that young? That's what he was seeing that I was talking like. And I guess he wanted to see me wearing like certain gold and that I was heard to be wearing when I was younger and stuff like that. Because how I'm shrouded, they might be able to, do their own royalty mob, but it's not royalty, so it's just rob or some shit. So yeah, and I'm just like, listen, I was trying to walk away from y'all noticed me, and then y'all was gonna act like it ain't him. So I'm like, so what are you guys doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went down. But and then she showed him a picture, and he's like, oh, that is him. I'm like, yeah, camp, I ain't 39. So in the end, the point that I'm making right is I haven't ate all day. These people went in the refrigerator, cooked up some food. Goddamn, I'm eating month-old food that been bought. It's not old, but they're going to the grocery store she going to the grocery store every 2 weeks or so. And they're they recouping new food. I might eat a snack or some shit, but I'm eating the food that I eat is months old, so I'm not hurting their pockets, let alone my mom pockets. But whatever. I'm not trying to leave nobody out. And all I did was get on my phone and prove that when I look at something, you know what I'm saying, it's like a vision. It's a linear breaching monitor or radar. It's like a serious heat ray radar or something. I looked at the screen. This boy didn't took over the whole. He didn't came take over the whole house. Okay, so if you ever get followed like that, it's okay to scream out and cuss for help or do whatever you got to do for someone to swipe or no swiping or whatever the hell between you, because that didn't make no sense. But that's how quiet I was in there. It was whatever they wanted to idolize and fantasize and then egoize me as. And then have it, because what I'm talking about is, like I said, my radar, I can feel, like how she called the cops and I had to say, you guys are fired if y'all come here on some fuck shit like what I can feel. It's like, wait, I don't have no say so or nothing. Like that, it keeps bending that way. And she got escorted out, okay? They said I was going to a friend's house because you and your brother keep fighting. Nobody on this handle think that's true. So that I'm saying they went with her alibi and that put my life in jeopardy. I don't play that way. No one should ever play that way, that they get alibi that way. I never chilled with my brother. I respected everybody in the house need to get home. We back in from when we went outside and they don't want me all in, all out and free. It's the lyric of a song. Like, hey, baby, you know it's me and they don't want me out and free. Hey. Because you know what's worse, right? Let me tell y'all what's worse, right? Let me tell y'all what's worse. So, like, I'm quiet, right? So, they go in the kitchen. I haven't slept all day. They make all the noise. They waiting. They be in the attitude. And that's where, they be in the attitude and they'll call the cops like they're in twos. You know what I'm saying? And so while they're here, talk to 1-2, talk to 2-2 over there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do, like skunk and possum game, you know what I'm saying? Or linear breach or whatever other things I can explain. Very illegal, but it's like the world is not ceiling to it. Other than me being a no ceiling to fix it, right? Class of 2013, man, gang know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm saying, I know what I'm saying. So boom. So I said, I take over the place and I haven't washed my clothes yet? All the way? Like I said, she did the same shit, like where I wait for it to be an equal room, and then she'll come, oh, you got a match? When she sees I'm about to go, but she want me to be like, and I go, yes, ma'am. But she's hoping that I go, Mommy, I was focused before you came. Why are you coming up to me? Stop talking to me. And she's like, well, he never said stop talking to me. He just go, yes, ma'am. Yeah, because I want you to keep coming up to me for your safe. If you need that safe house real quick, keep coming up to me while you're doing it in a way that you sacrificed yourself to put me in a dilemma or something. And then sometimes she'll try to get worse and touch me, and then I just move a little because it's like that's not, because she's on the other team. The way the world was set up, she's on the other team. And then she'll act like, hell, I know, like his attitude or some shit. Like me just being ready for my match. No matter what it looked like, we're going to call that attitude because I had to go get that. I had to go get that clout while I was about to disappear. And now I'm about to walk up to him because y'all okay with playing with his senses. And I would have been like, I would have growled. I would have been like, so if I injured this wrestler, it's because none of y'all watched my back. Or something, you know, like, you know, when people go into panic mode for feeling like they're going to be left behind. And I did that as a no child left behind type of safety mechanism because I know I'm the only mature person that can mummify themselves that way and don't feel offended. Just be like, don't ask for me to don't think you can say wait to me while I'm in the match or something. You get what I'm saying? So that's a crazy way to get that. But boom. So she did that with touching my clothes the first day, same way, sacrifice, and then want a safe house, and then trying to say I'm the problem. So boom, all that is backfiring for the month and 2 months now that I'm here, and I'm just on my phone. Didn't say nothing. Don't have my phone extra loud. They listening in, so it's echoing harder than it need to be. You know, like it's quiet now. But if you get to pouring water, if you get to turn on the sink and talking here, you can even hear someone whisper. So doing that and going, oh, this boy then took over the whole house to take the. And it's like, y'all know me. My old city know me. I used to stay outside because I didn't like to be watched to eat. And then it'll say, all right, no one's in the kitchen. Go get you something to eat. Neighborhood kid, neighborhood mom vibe. After I watched everybody else that didn't want to be watched, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go get me something to eat. This is a good time to go eat. And then like, this is the only person that eats. He just love playing. They're like, you go get you something to eat. And the only way I'm going to get myself to eat because I don't want to be watched to say no. I'm like, shit, that's going to shut it up. You know what I'm saying? That's how I've always moved in people playing with my vision, focus, and noise. I always stack noise and organize it. So boom, it was very weird to work a workplace and get attacked for doing that. But you know that's what authority has to go through. Animosity for being justice. So yeah, my mom said that. And I was right when like I said, I hate when people talk under my breath. I don't sound like that when I say we. I was in general we, but it somehow was derogatory, you know, claiming people instead of how the lyric was just for humanity, we. So I said, I don't like when people talk on my breath. I'm an artist, I know, and it's like, oh, this boy then took over the telepathy's realm. Oh shit, double. So because then I was like, how did I take over the whole place when I haven't washed my clothes since you did that same shit you did from tournament? I go, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and you still try to act like I'm a problem. I will go take a shower, change my clothes. I'm not sweet no more where you say happy birthday 6 days for my birthday and you're doing that type of different catalog of scenarios, but that same arsenal. I'm not jumping in the shower. You came here after a week of, I didn't even use your bathroom because I saw it was, I'm glad this happened because that was proof why I didn't use your bathroom. But uno, dos, tres, having 8 single bed need to be spread or go outside, says go to the gym, you know, siete, ultra, you know what I'm saying? And then I said, oh, it don't get, I didn't say this, but while I'm saying it don't get any more gangster than this, because you know what I'm saying, I'm in a minefield from people playing with my, that's what I mean, like stacking so much you can't stereotype war, and the whole get along of understanding that. That's why I'm making this video to really end. I put a dome on the world. You know what I'm saying? I put a radius on the world. And my mom's trying to be hip that way. My brother already thinks since he's younger in a younger generation of observing me. So everything she reads from when it goes back to Jamaica, to America, or any other places, because she used to travel, because my grandpa used to travel. So that's how people out. So how you know Pangea not there and stuff? Because he was in construction where you used to travel. Me, I got my own understanding Ghost Recon, but they have understanding. My brother will have understanding because of reading that and can have a phone to look up things. So he has a pseudo understanding, but it can be affirming their understanding from before this technology. And then I have my whole detective weapon on school boards and utility and Arsenal double OT. So boom, I'm like, I said those 7, 8 things. Then I was like, oh, y'all got caught up for, I go, no proof common sense, no proof intelligence, no proof thinking, dead. Y'all know y'all got caught up that way. Because, there's another thing I said I wanted to talk about in this live. But y'all know y'all got caught up. Minefield. Because listen, I was thinking, right? That's what I'm saying. Don't get any gangster than this. Like I have it on live on the handle. My brother was like, oh, you got caught. You followed me to the bathroom. And it's really my mom defending him. He's like, this is what I need you to defend. So I'm going to beat him to the punch of what it is. Oh, no, you got caught. You followed me to the bathroom. Then he went in the bathroom. And I got out of my bed, and I was going to my mom's room. So he got caught. I wasn't going to no bathroom. So, but I explained in the video, when I lived with him, and I didn't use the bathroom at Taco Bell for like 8 to 10 months when I first got there. And then a fear mechanism kind of got made. No, dude asked to be on the what's the name, and I went to the bathroom for the first time, and they said you need to get out the bathroom. And it's just like, listen, you just hired a new employee, right? That don't know shit. Y'all taught him. Y'all didn't tell me, Zemaine, stop being who you are on the line. Because I was a swish knife by that time. Anytime someone didn't pick nothing up, anytime someone stayed sitting down because they're like, oh, I don't like the way that this customer is following us, I got up and I worked. So now this nigga, because I'm from the dump, this nigga thinking he's good in wherever, where I'm so good in the hood, I ain't good in the hood. He trying to use that carousel. So he go outside, how my brother go outside with the dog or some shit. This is before he was doing this though, of course. So he going outside like that to be like, wait a minute, y'all choosing? Oh, I get why y'all choosing him, but I just need to stand my ground. Come back inside, and he's saying like, bro, you need to get off the what's name. I said, bro, you can't say that. You gotta wait for the peak to be done. But shit, I can get off the what's name because good thing the peak is done. And he was like, bro, this is mine. And then I saw he got scared when I squint. And I said, I'm going to the bathroom. You got scared because I said, what the fuck? I didn't go, nigga, don't talk to me like that. But I guess he thought he could alibi. You feel me? He went outside. Thought he could alibi some shit. That's how niggas get shot. I went to the motherfucking bathroom. Zemaine, you didn't get out the bathroom. I said, this is the first time I went in the motherfucking bathroom and you're going to bother me? All the cars is gone. That's how I did with what's the name too when I was 19. He was like, do you think it was right you took a break that long? I said, no, this is but my whole area, you can't tell me to go do another aisle other than what's the name, and there's supposed to be multiple people here, and what you need, everything's stocked. You can check the delivery gun and everything. I got it. There's nothing to do. I didn't mean to fall asleep extra. It's not even sleep. It's my own calendar. So you're the reason why I took that long in my car, because I was just in my car, and now you're trying to be like, I don't want to hear that. Look, nigga, you cannot tell the military officers that hired me, you don't want to hear when a safety hazard is going on. Don't tell me you don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started, what's the name there, because I already had it how I want, because the two high-rank military officers that hired me, let alone if one of them, and he appreciated me that way. He's a good hire. They left because they started getting their safety played with because of the peaks that they were speaking up for whoever algorithm that was, where I brought up in the videos where a backup quarterback was like, the interviewer said, do you feel comfortable under center or in shotgun? He's like, oh, I don't feel comfortable in either. I just wait for the ball to get snapped to me and then we're just playing football. Whatever the fuck that means, you get what I'm saying? So, boom. So now after all those examples, just I had to PS that, like I said, she defended him, because I guess some fear made it think I didn't have control over my bladder, and I was really going to say something to my mom, is she okay? And so he's screaming and shit, so I went live and said, bro, you screaming about I followed you to the bathroom, and I wasn't even going to the bathroom, and I got up, I'm right here, and you opened up your door. How did I follow you to the bathroom? I'm consistently walking from all the way over here to here. And it just thunk and funk, knowing on my side while this was very bad. I just took over the house. Like, they can't play that way no more. She gone for a whole week and some change. And she's trying to bring that shit back or some shit for what's been cleared out, that this ain't Camden where me and my brother used to live and I paid bills. And so, boom. That vibe, right? Like I said, where I got followed. So, because I tiptoe everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I creep to myself. I don't creep to on people. And people start trying to trace me, like in sports, when people know that I am a threat, and my mom start using that word and thinking she can call the cause. He's called a threat. You don't have to just say sports. He's Detective Webpoolz or some shit, and that's worse. But in the end, so I creep everywhere, right? You know, to myself, tiptoe everywhere. Just use that word, but not take it out of its context. So, you know what I'm saying? Minefield, like, okay, it's okay to pull off a napkin. Okay, I need them to stop talking about I'm hungry. I can creep and get me something to drink. I can, you know what I'm saying? So the minefield got caught up, you know what I'm saying, out of this algorithm intelligence, because this is what this is about, algorithm intelligence. You know what I'm saying? So my algorithm intelligence since a kid that I've been building up from no proof of concept, no proof of intelligence, no proof of thinking, dead, from AP calculus and passing school that way without thinking, just, all right, 1 plus 1 equals, okay, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 0 is 0, okay, that means 2 is 0. Everybody else is going, I ain't gotta do all that. 0, everything will be that. 2, 3, you know what I'm saying? While I'm going 1 plus 0, 0. I mean, yeah, 0 plus 1, 1. 2 plus 0. Like, just know it, and I'm not listening. I'm still writing it down before they write it down. I just, you know, they just cheat sheeting it or shortcutting in their head. I'm still writing the answer down faster than them. All with AP calculus, and they got stumped or stagnant wherever, you know, their attention span left them off, or wherever their intelligence got to, for lack of better words. Because stump was the word I already used, but something synonymous. And I made it all the way to college classes, while my other siblings have used, if not shortcuts, affirmations more than, and not gonna go that slow, and made it to that class. I'm going retarded, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going like, someone needs to update this robot. You know what I'm saying? All the way to, and being the fastest. So that type of algorithm intelligence, and doing that in sports too, being a tent, a radius, in between things, a draped in this type of swagger, like, you know, like a robot, you know what I'm saying? A killing machine type vibe on these platforms. And yeah, now when I'm choosing to mind my business and not hinder people on that algorithm too, I'm gonna make me some ramen. That same, I'm thinking, okay, I haven't ate all day. You know, my thoughts, I haven't ate all day. I need to make me some ramen. Excuse me. And then I hear him go, this boy done take over the whole house. I'm like, remember algorithm intelligence. So been following. So that means when I was a kid, and was trying to get into college and shit like that, for whatever I explained, because I already have it understood, as like I said, the day the cops came through, would stop the acceptance letters, because if someone's doing that, then it's not hard to keep track of them, especially if they excel every day at sports. From doing that, let me tell you what the coach method that as, and happy to still have that people, everybody get along with each other if I'm there or not. Why he said that is because I know how to listen to my coach if I'm there or not. Talent. With that talent, they get along with each other. He had it, you know, he took one for the team. That's like, you hear that in voice. You know, and people on this, they know what I'm saying. From when we was in football and shit like that. How does that sound? I feel like I'm still in high school. Because you know what that talent will make you become? I'm just trying to live my life now. Like how that sound. Thought you wasn't emotional. You like just being OC. Don't tell DC unless they got like how that sound. Well, that's an insider because that was a real wasn't. But nah, I'm not. So boom, since a kid, before I got because I put myself in sports, got a summer job and all of that. So you know, it's not. I'm not trying to count money. I'm just trying to say, if you count money right, so talent. So she's trying to watch that talent to not be known as talent. She's trying to call that autism for making No Child Left Behind, doing algorithms for that. Because obviously if I do that, that means a kid that don't have to do that and they're really a slower learner are not going to feel slow. Might ridicule me for doing that. And make a type of algorithm, let alone tendency to learn at a better pace. But that's another story of the teacher I was for whatever I'm trying to say with radius of communication on the telepathy. Because when student teachers used to come, they was like, we got the right school. So whatever that means. I don't do nothing wrong at all. They won't ask the atmosphere's my alibi. They gotta make their own pseudo majority lie. So in the end, it's like playing Minesweeper. You get what I'm saying? You think you're trying to hit the right thing to not, which might cause a Minesweeper. You know, you're trying not to hit the wrong thing. You know, they seeing where, okay, he going that slow. You know what I'm saying? If you see a robot move and you push it over because you know it's going to keep going forward that way. Even though it's like in blind, like I said about focus, you know, and I just keep moving that way. You know, that's a little scary, but that's another story. So in the end, there was another story I wanted to tell about moving that way. But so that being said, so then I said, so I was like, listen. And y'all caught up. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's not my noise because that's what I was talking about. So it's time to flame. That's not my noise. Well, I said we. Because I said I was about to make ramen noodles. I just want to show people how. Intelligent I am, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with the cool teacher just because they're cool. Because I'll be the cool teacher that would flame. So, gave that type of class in session. I showed up as a detective. I was like, I haven't ate all day. And you talking about I took over? Because knowing me, that don't sound like something I would do. Take over, and I haven't even ate yet. No, don't take over in general. So it's just like, okay, you're saying I'm trying to take over, and she'd be like, you're not important. I'm like, no, I'm not important. I'm not trying to hinder nobody. You know what I'm saying? You just took over the whole. I said, you're trying to come with this type of alibi clout. No matter what you say, we're gonna say that. And I ain't even ate. I was about to make ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? The atmosphere is like, yes, he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the fuck, Paranormal Activity, Ghost, Casper's friend, dad, Ghost got his body back, friends and shit like that. Carousel. Like I said, don't stereotype war that. We have that whole belt, ride in reverse, buckled and shit like that. It's all there. You know what I'm saying? Escorted out. But and who the fuck would say I was arguing or fighting with my brother, other than that's admitting he getting out of body with me, and I should let him touch me if he get out of body with me, whatever. and I won't. So we're fighting. It's not no, you're defending yourself. We're fighting. You know, that's illegal to put someone in that context. You know what I'm saying? They got to make their own sway majority, like I said. So, boom, that type of carousel, that type of talking. And like boom, y'all caught in your own minefields because I was about to make ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? Over with, right? That's not how I said it directly to them. I'm just saying, over with. They all cooking something on the stove in the morning, not telling them not to, got attitude, hitting shit, spices, drinking shit up, is echoing what the algorithm telling us I have. I'm not saying nothing, but there can be more food in the crib and more money if we go off of that. We're not going off of that. And it's like, we're not going out like it's attitudes for that. And my food that I eat has been bought for months, let alone more than 2 weeks. So, boom. So now I'm in a position, I'm going, I said, and I was like, you know what? And that's how you know I was thinking, right? I was thinking too much, right? But no proof of common sense. It's because then I said, because I got leftovers. Boom. Oh. When the fuck do I try to make you spend more money? Oh, you're not a problem. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to hinder. Oh, scratch all that. He's silent and not trying to hinder, and don't think he's important. We'll stay down for other people to come up, step back to take steps forward to be Detective Webpoolz if we need them. When the matrix broken? When do I want to have leftovers in the refrigerator? And when would I not eat the leftovers as soon as possible if it becomes leftovers? When have I ever opened up something then go open up something else? Over with. Ghost Recon is when I tell you being followed of why I haven't washed my clothes, taken a shower every day, used the bathroom when used her bathroom when she wasn't there. She not worrying about the vent not going. She told me that vent going to automatically go. Why am I making an opportunity that you have to buy something back and I got left? That doesn't sound like me at all. And I'm quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my brother, you followed me too, but I'm following the noise of, okay, this is okay to do, this is okay to do. And found the broke part and them trying to be my thoughts. Making ramen noodles is okay to do. Instead of understanding the okay thing to do was eat the leftovers. We talking about tiptoe. We talking about, okay, I'm going to go do this now. Minefield. Okay, I'm going to do this. Minefield, I'm going to go make ramen noodles. Instead of get the food out because I don't want to hear I spoiled food. Because I didn't trip up. I was supposed to eat that shit since the morning. And was just followed though. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to wake up. I was eating this yesterday. And was going to finish it all yesterday. But I took over the house saying was trying to cook itself up. So I made leftovers to not cook that shit up. I stopped eating food to not be a problem, to not be a hinder. Because I could see I'm getting watched for. I'm finally eating something. Going to finish it in the morning, getting watched. I said, why am I not washing the pot that I just, because I don't cook everything, I don't always cook on the stove. Watch to eat the food. So now she washing the pot because they done sat on stacking so much you can't stereotype war and all the Pangea that want to join in and then, you know, whatever, solicit, I can't think of the word, but for back. I'm, what's the word? Like I was gonna say like solicitor and shit like that wrong or something. Getting confused with that word or something or whatever. You just whatever from what's within was out would give, got to take, or give and take, whatever between. So now I always clean behind myself. I wouldn't have cooked no food if I wasn't going to clean as I go. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not about to clean with people in the mindset of saying that they know what I'm doing. Just like I'm not going to do a single leg because people say they see it. I'm not going to do it. It's the same algorithm of practicing wax on, wax off. Even before I got into those sports of those things pertaining. So now I'm saying, Mommy, why you cleaning the pot? And I would have cleaned it. She's like, I don't know. So boom, she can't deny. She knows I got food in the refrigerator. No, but stacking some, but how war can be ended, and this is shit is off a facade of intelligence, outgoing, or why people do it. In the end, I want to say that there's a ripple effect or a atomic wave to plantomic wave to air wave to air threshold to drip of explanation of how to end war or why these wars don't make sense to people will be like, they'll be like, y'all starting with me. No, I'm saying why they will be like, this don't make sense. We do need to end it. A drip has happened a long time ago, and this is the bank of saying a drip. Everyone just use the bank of it, the vault, because I'm not trying to be funny and be like, okay, no, I always eat. No, like seriously, like I would have ate that in the morning and then maybe have a second meal at night. You know what I'm saying? Instead, I'm having one meal. Like, did I forget? No, I did not forget. I'm the class clown, but don't you see that I was born to drown? Let me play that song for y'all. And I was saying people making fun of me at school and shit like that too. The kids, oh, my mom loved me. That's what I mean. That's what people used to make fun of. And you can see that on how dark aura I am and shadowed and going home. But not, people be from what's the name and they'll love school because the school is wanting to see them to try and make their day better. You know what I'm saying? Like Cinderella, Matilda, Harry Potter, or any movie about people in a certain bad situation of deadbeats or something like that. So I'm used to drowning. Let's say that. So I drowned while I didn't finish the food. It became leftovers. I drowned while I didn't eat it in the morning. I drowned while I didn't eat it in the afternoon. I drowned while I'm about to make ramen noodles. And I'm getting yelled at. Finito. You see how there's an ear, like there's more need to be said? Need less to say? Now I'm smelling perfume. Trying to drown me. Esperado. That's what my old neighborhood would say. That's why I played the song. Like, if you have empathy, don't need sympathy. That's that neighborhood kid, neighborhood mom vibe. That saves a lot of kids' lives. So I said, somebody that hasn't ate all day is trying to take over the house? Someone that hasn't ate all day, boy, then took over the whole house. See, this is why I can't live with you. Touch my clothes, drown from trying to wash my clothes. And gonna keep trying to drown that. Oh, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand how how goddamn embarrassing that is. I mean, the asset, right? The security asset I am as Detective Webpoolz. It's a for shit show. I'm going to finish this food the second I wake up. Drown all the way to in the minefield. I'll just go make me some ramen. It's safe to make ramen. It's safe to eat the leftover. How the fuck did food that nobody's gonna touch become not even I'm gonna touch? Because people are too much in their heads watching I'm OCD about not wanting to be touched. Girl, if war break out here, that shit gonna die. It's how much we're in peace. People need to know personal space on that magnitude. This boy then took over the whole house. Oh, it's finito. The world does not work the way that if y'all call the cops and complain to me. I said to me, to them, and to complain about me. A lot of tampering. Attitude like, oh, he want to go live. I don't want to be on the camera. Then we're going to walk on. And they have attitude that I moved the camera. You don't want to be on live. No, I just want you to drown. And it's not helping. A bunch of perfume. Like, that's not how. People will spray 30 times. Unless they come in your bubble, you're not no being a little right there. You have to throw that shit in their face. Let alone how I breathe. I ain't gotta explain that shit. I sit on another handle. Y'all know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. They know what I'm saying. That's rude. I kid you not. A whole bowl of leftovers and no one's gonna touch, not even I'm gonna touch. Cause I'm saying it don't get any more gangster than that. It don't get any more gangster than how I choose to eat and make personal space. So who do you think you are or some shit? I think I'm a person that you said needs to learn how to ask for help and don't want to. like the mythology that senses only go from here to here or where your eyes move is over. Is over. There's no. If you feel like you're being followed, go by that intuition. Because I don't even heighten that I think I'm being followed. I didn't move in a way that is algorithm that they talk people. The noise will talk. There'll be noise. He think he being followed. You know what I'm saying? And they forgot to set that alarm off, set that noise off when I was making ramen noodles. That's what it is. They just forgot to set off the attitude noise. He think he being followed. For some goddamn reason, a Ghost Recon ain't real or some shit, Man Army Militia or KAN. Tell him about killing. Yeah, tell him about that. Okay. I was gonna make some motherfucking ramen when I had some leftovers in the food in the refrigerator, and don't nobody in this crib thinks I would have opened up a new batch of noodles when I had food. What is that? We're going in fucking circles. To happy birthday 6 days before my birthday to backdoor me. And if I'm caught in that swindle, that's how people have to yell at you. They have to be against you and say apologize. They saw what you was up against or something in another void of attention or some shit. That is crazy. That shit is crazy. I'm not lying, y'all. I wrote that shit down for how crazy how the atmosphere was when I was explaining it. At the end of when I started, I said, let me write this shit. We goddamn know. I said, you really just try to argue with me. And I haven't even ate yet. You try to argue. I'm trying to take over the house. I'm trying to own this house to leave. I'm trying to take over to leave. And I haven't even ate yet. So I am trying to get to that position, but I haven't even ate yet. That is bottom of the scum, goddamn. That is rodent level. That is roach level of respect. That backfires if you're always the respectful one. I said Tuesday, Wednesday, April 22, 23rd, took over without eating with leftovers, but going to make more ramen noodles. What is algorithm intelligence for 100 billion? And signed it in the time I signed it. Then wrote PSA, because that's how much they know I'm doing that for No Child Left Behind type vibe and more. You know, just OCD that way. Who said that or agrees will never be invited around my kids. Then signed again. That's how I swear to God, you would have thought I was about. She might have came out here and pulled my dreads, or this is not dreads. I'm talking about when she pulled my dreads. Wait for it to shift when she thinks she know the bureaus of who's fired, because that's what that was. That was, oh, y'all fired. That's what it was. It was grade shift time. And y'all are literally fired. And I can say Pangea is not a theory back to who think they calibrated, recuperated their jobs, and we keep doing this to a better life of the standard of what is surveillance and authority thereof. Because the one thing's for sure is this woman knows I'm not about to open up a new bag of shit so she has to buy food. I'm going to eat my motherfucking leftovers and shut the fuck up. And like I said, I'm eating shit that's been in here for months. She's buying food for them. The leftovers was there like, it was there the first month I was here. but then bought another one back in a week or so between. So if you count how much money I spend here, it's not a lot to say I'm trying to take over for people going, oh, he cares. You trying to take over the whole house. This boy trying to Cinderella, Harry Potter, sealed. Matilda Stewart, sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered. That's some fuck shit. And I told him before, we have not had one conversation here, let alone ever. Because if you're able to amount to that, you never talk to me anyway. For whatever I say, it's not a conversation. And beforehand, I said, okay, let's try to have a conversation. And then it count as a conversation. She said, I want you to get better. And then she said, you know what I'm saying? I said, no, I don't know what you're saying. Bada bing, bada boom. Because then I said, in the end, do people that are overqualified get hired for the job? Yes. No, the answer is no. That's where overqualification came from. They don't hire you and they put under overqualified. But like I said, how she trying to say, oh, you boy trying to take over the, that's what she doing. So she using her drop for understanding that I didn't have perfume in my mouth till she opened the door. Prove that be careful, she would throw shit in your mouth. She's practicing to do that. Just imagine that she and sprayed and then did the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I said, and then because she said, so why can't you keep a job? And this is before we talk about the overqualification. I said, what did I say? Because I said something. I said, what did I say before? And then she said, whatever I said before. And then it emphasized with the overqualification type of same emphasis. Oh, people tell you don't try to do extra work because people are gonna slack off. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna get mad for doing that extra work. And then we're gonna have to fire you for being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, oh, I promise I won't be disrespectful. I'll do the extra work. And that's what I did. I never got disrespectful. I got overqualified. Because you know what I'm saying? That's why they tell you not to, they said don't baby them or don't do extra work because then they're gonna slack off because they know in the end that's the other, that's the tit for tat, that's the give and take. You do extra work, you're trying to bait them to be mad at you, and someone else be like, shit, then I ain't gotta do shit. I'm gonna go. Guess what I did? I baited them to be mad, and still they chose the other person's side. And now my mom's saying, oh, well, you can't keep, because she's trying to make fun of the boy then took over the whole, that's what they do. That's the same shit. So now personally, I'm getting it even at workplaces, because in the end, fuck them. If you see they ain't doing the job, fire them. I'm not going to, if you're saying, because when I hear them say, don't do extra work because then they're going to slack, I'm okay, so they don't have to be fired. I just will do the extra work. But don't come down my throat that I need to be let go because I did the extra work. And I'm saying, well, that should mean no, I mind my business if I'm not saying fire them. But in the end, if they don't want me to have the job, it's fuck them too. The fuck? Because I got to this domicile that everybody's expecting me to be like, they tell me that, and I'm like, okay, it's up to you to fire them out. But why I'm saying fuck them is because that has nothing to do with the fucking job. If you can hire one person that can do every job and don't complain, hire that one person that can do every job, don't complain, and see where the peak goes with that job. Usually in a ratio of, when people say 9 times out of 10 or something, that's not how it can go. But if you want to put all your eggs in that basket for that person, why would you get mad that you could do that? And that's what I'm like, I was telling, for you to try to argue that we have not had a conversation. left off of that's what we said at the beginning of the while she's eating and cooking and stuff like that, and I have leftovers drowned like I don't know of that I'm making ramen noodle at night. That's how that whole day went. So who really broke here? Because my sisters got money. My generation know that's fucking money. Yeah, hurry up and get out, lock the door. You don't want to hear that shit. That's a whole asset that I'm stuck in a carousel to get happy birthday 6 days from a birthday, so it won't be a shock for the assets that are built before then to backdoor me in the algorithm intelligence. Straight up tried to kill me. Straight up, and came back, or the second day being back from saying there will be death in this house, like she never said that as a parent before when she called a meeting and we all talking or something. Two ones that not talking, but don't leave no one out. So it's like, what possessed you to be able to call the cops and gamble they'll be on the balcony that they don't know that if I call that and said that I'm getting arrested for terroristic threats or something, or they're gonna try to send me to the hospital to get checked up for thinking that's how you answer the phone. That's not someone's over stimulated or in over a hype or over aggressive at the moment and calm. That's a whole threat that they will feel threatened on the phone too. That is the state of the art terroristic thing to say. Like when kids be like, I'm gonna blow up the old school or some shit, and you don't play dumb about that. The fuck? See how she didn't say nothing, right? She would be like, oh, I'll try to say nothing, you don't. Because it's not genuine, it's not sincere. It's baiting. You're baiting me to say something to you for how you know the world works. Like it would throw me off from my algorithm, and it won't. So you like watch him say, "This don't throw me off." So we're going to ripple effect, organized riot that it causes a peak or casualty. So I just stare like, okay, like I said, everybody knows what they know about the world, got their own grasp, or they think they have an arsenal to weapon mass destruction between the two to use against whoever they think is powerful. Not everybody has that type of arsenal. I'm saying everybody has the understanding to lead to that, to be a problem or not. Whatever you inform yourself to be or from, why shows to drawn shows become very out of context because people try to cheat sheet that more than how older people was informative with understanding things. You get what I'm saying? So that's crazy as fuck to me. That something I would have ate in the morning and then make another snack or so at night, the minimum, if not. To me was pushed. I don't want to see you eat at all. And it got pushed to, wait a minute, what am I talking about in here? You know, because I'm an athlete. I've seen people sore loser that harsh. I've seen this before. Like I said, it's the main curse. People hate that I give them space to think for themselves and accommodate me. I've seen people been outlandish like that. It's not like I'm saying, now what is this? Check this out from what I've been studying. And I've seen people do this. And shit, just because you're not an athlete don't mean you didn't take your own priorities into that type of outlet. And you're not my speed. Listen, for her to be escorted out and come back and still be able to do something like that, oh, y'all fired. Y'all are what the fuck? And y'all know, like I said, she has to have a fear in her bone. Because actually she told me, this is what really, like I was saying in a post or something. I said, so you don't know what being in two is? or lost in the streets, lost in reason. I didn't say lost in the streets, lost in reason, but I gave an example. She was like, no, no, be into it. So when you needed to sign us up for our first day in school, you wasn't scared? She was like, what would I be scared of? I said, you didn't look at me as that when I was younger. So what is you staring at me at 30, even though it's consistent? I didn't ask to be discipled in ref, but I'm more out loud. Like I'm about to come up, you know what I'm saying? And the world that's what I was talking about. I meant to say something about for noise or something. And it's scary or something. Or I'm about to come up, and people, from how scary it is or populated of informed of that momentum before social media came, have matrix around, because because death is a big category. It's a big context of so if people like, no, your views is, you can't. Well, if death has something to do with it, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, a lot of athletes don't make it on the news until they die, or they're already in the shrouding of the atmosphere, and people are scared because God has smited and spoken, but they still shroud it, but they try to apologize, and they get on the news and they die because they didn't stop the following. That's what it is. They haven't stopped the following. Or have I made it on the news for an apology? Because I guess I would have, I'd be like, okay, go ahead, put me on the news. And then I would have been like, oh yeah, everything's fine. So I'm just going through this carousel, like I said, so that's a big category, a big situation to ratio why we understand the difference of why someone of that standard is known and not known. And something big has to have happened, shrouded or between the two. And for this woman that's not American to have a drop of, like I was saying, from her own father, which she follows me on here, been around the world, and she done her homework to wanting to come to America. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, she thinks she's done her homework to know how to jump the fence for not being 5-starred or criminalized, which Detective Webpoolz is not going to I'll take the stain, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, she knows what being in 2 is. Talking about she don't know what fear of, if she didn't sign her kids up to school, she would have felt a minefield, or it get heavy on her. Cleanup team gonna come, send a letter. There's things in the right places for those type of things get heavy like that, and have her in 2. You know what I'm saying? Because part of you is not gonna care. Another you is going to know you need to do something, because part of you not going to care. That ice is going to thaw out. So that's what in 2 means. And whoever got her into it, she said, yeah, I guess you. And I said, okay, so you guys are following me, or part of you knows you shouldn't be in your room watching from this far, and that's your alibi. 2, something thought out. So you're talking some nonsense, but the whole atmosphere is funky of Casper's friends has been all around this place, you know what I'm saying, and back in their body to play dumb in 2s, you know what I'm saying. So boom, that's it. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I started making, I'm not even saying, like, I'm telling you, like, I got up like this. You know what I'm saying? Just moving like, you know what I'm saying? Just moving. So you know what I'm saying? So that means something was moving me. Like, you feel me? Something was pushing me to the cliff. You know what I'm saying? I just got up and I just went and got me some noodles. No proof of common sense, no proof of thinking, no proof of intelligence. Dead. Just got... It's, oh, this boy then took over the whole, this boy, I cannot, And I'm like, well, you know, if I didn't go no proof intelligence, no proof of thinking to the refrigerator, how did something that was off limits to everybody became off limits to me too? That need to be studied. That's proof of humidity control, goddamn. Cause I'm just swimming in the air. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's amazing. That right there zoned the whole. That's why I went outside first. It was like niggas ain't on shit to do that. Oh, and people in this place do not being made. Oh, people was prepared. They didn't know what to be prepared for, but they knew something catastrophic will happen for safety. The news, street news will come in for something more catastrophic or atrocious or destructive to constructive. You know what I'm saying? That's what just keeps happening. And that type of understanding from the peak of how young I was from doing that type of algorithm intelligence and motion and movements to now, oh yeah, all these cultures understand. This is like I was saying on the handle about bitch ass niggas. Okay, that is enough to feed you listen to that type of drip. People put their minds together because they don't want to be that unless they want to be that embarrassed by what we are now to what we're leading to when I get off live. If the people not trying to be that embarrassed, feed a whole universe. We're not talking about no little community. Feed all of Earth a minimum. Why? Because I'm 30 moving around thinking. And I was in another dimension from my regular, that's how people do shit that they don't want to do. You feel me? I was raped from eating leftovers. Almost. Molested from eating leftovers, to not eat leftovers almost. Watched. And didn't move off of being watched. Honed. You know what I'm saying? Second nature move. No thoughts. Didn't mean they watching me. I'm gonna goddamn just make some more. None of that bitch ass shit. Nothing bitch. And it don't get any more gangster than that. Noodles sound good. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Noodles sound good, but I have leftovers sound great. Like a pity meal instead of the bigger pity meal. Like you start from scratch and you get big or some shit, but we're not starting with the bigger. You know what I'm saying? With the small become the big. You know what I'm saying? To Viral Universe or whatever. I know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. In the end, that right there needs to be studied. Okay? Because I did that without thinking, you know what I'm saying? I backtracked and caught my ass a big ass whale. You know what I'm saying? I caught a big ass lick. That was a lick. That was Ghost Recon, you know what I'm saying? That was sandbox game, but stayed in the safe house. Like, when they say press Y and take down everybody. You know what I'm saying? Then the person just and then when they took down everybody, they dropped back down to where you press Y at. That's what I'm doing. Slick. You know what I'm saying? Or press triangle because I'm a PlayStation guy. So, Zozie Station all the way working. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was. That need to be, the main thing is why I wrote it down, because if I ain't getting the atmosphere because when I was saying it, I was seeing their sight from me just going. And me walking here, and y'all know, in the end, humidity control is real. You know what I'm saying? We might not be able to see, because that was another thing I wanted to explain too, humidity control, but that's, improvising and just going. Humidity control. Oh, no, I was going to freestyle some shit. And I was going to be like, niggas use, they be like, what's on with humidity control? Niggas use stuff in the humidity like what? Why you see you see the love or some shit. So boom, like I said, I no proof of common sense, no proof of tells, no proof of thinking. Dad just minding my business in a whole space of, I probably can touch the back of when my consciousness first moved. You get what I'm saying? To the beginning of times, how quiet you know what I'm saying? I'm so quiet, I'm still that quiet. You get what I'm saying? Or something, I'm all the way back there in silence from the noise that other people are making for how long the world been going. Y'all know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. I'm just that quiet. And when I was just playing, I said, listen, why am I not eating the leftovers in the food fridge that I talked to her about in the morning? And you know what I'm saying? So she washing the pot. I didn't go, okay, you wash the pot. I can go get the leftovers. I'm still sitting here waiting to stop being watched for it. And it was echoing in the air. And it went, they ain't never going to stop watching it. Let me make me some new noodles. And then I was just like, just a joke. I was like, wait a minute. I got noodles already, leftovers. That would have finished that day. Listen, oh my goodness. They are not allowed around my kids. No. Oh my God. Because you get what I'm saying? From a kid's observation or my youngins in general or anybody outside looking in that doesn't have that type of ill-advised type of attitude or ill-mannered ways, for lack of better words, they're going to go, what the fuck? And if I see them do that, my mom don't love me? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, I'm happy it's me, not you. You know what I'm saying? Type vibe, like, God damn. It is not that serious. And like I said, from 2 years in the suite, and it's consistent or some shit, hate. Before 2 years in the suite, but consistent that I should be on my own right now. But the way Gray Shift is set up, people have learned how to act like they know what the owner telepathy is, and if they meet new people, hey, what you in for? In twos, what you in for? You should have brought your other 1-1-2. Why you using your 2-2 or some shit? So, all I'm trying to say though is that's crazy. And then the next thing, right? Because just to make them know they're not part of that vibe that I said I wanted to make this whole video on. I said I was going to go live. Is the situation is I'm watching these young kids. And no, I'm sorry, y'all. No, we're not going to do that. Okay? Let me tell you how kids looked. Let me tell you. Y'all don't know how much kids appreciated me when people my age. You know what I'm saying? When you are 7 years old, you look up to teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Or you look up to people that are almost adults, let alone an athlete that's older than you that's shown some type of persona. Okay? And me, I always wanted to be as great. I never looked up to somebody. I wanted someone to force me to be that inspired, and I wanted to make it hard so I can make that type of threshold that don't, so because someone does something cool, don't let them break your heart later when you notice they was trying to take your undivided attention to destroy it, to play with your focus. So, when I say youngins, it's because of that type of respect, how they'll fall under my wing, and I'll be like, it's okay. They just come up on me, and I'll be like, oh, so that's okay. So that type of vibe, and then it built to other things, but silently, it's not nothing talked about. It's kind of understand when I say Little Rascal momentum, but it's nothing talk about. So when I was 16, let alone 14, but 16 when I was playing every other position other than quarterback, as I played 14, and when we get a summer job, it was echoing like I'm up there with the person that was at Grayson, and as y'all know from class of 2013, the #1 ranked prospect. It was echoing, I'm my school's #1 athlete. Like, I could really play every position. Like, there's no set position. It was echoing, there was no set position for me in a good way. We haven't found him a position that he's good at. It was like he could play any position, because this is not the NFL. It's echoing that won't work in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It was echoing that won't work in the NFL, and don't be cocky that you're that good or some shit. Like I said, you can have all the talent in the world, even all the real intelligence. So it was echoing that won't work in the NFL, right? To obviously that type of ripple effect, like I'm saying about things, that type of noise go to other schools. I need my classmates to hide me, which they did not, because we would have 5 interceptions a game just from that type of onomatopoeia in the air if they hit it, but they didn't, because not hiding it means people are going to be prepared for the NFL too. You get what I'm saying? As we went against 2, there's probably more, but 2 main ones. One from my city, you know what I'm saying, and one, like I said, from Grayson. 2, there's probably more, but those 2 main ones that can confirm they knew the noise and momentum of South Gwinnett. You know what I'm saying? So, because how I know that too is because my youngin was in middle school, and I talked to him on the phone, and because I was in middle school when the upperclassmen I chilled with, and I talked to them when we went outside, and I can hear like, okay, he's on varsity, you know what I'm saying, or anything between. Like, my sister can vouch for how good the team was and stuff like that, and what we hearing about me coming up, that I might be the next quarterback before. So now I'm hearing that from my youngin. Y'all know who my youngin is. When he's on the phone with me, KT, and when I had turf toe and I almost jumped over somebody with a 31 play. And I was just like, oh, man, I still showed out though, because I had turf toe the whole spring practice. So when I heard my youngin on the phone, I was just like, damn. I was telling them to stop being loud like that. And, damn, that sounds so cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I talk. That's why I feel so. What's the word? That's why I talk high volume about what I am as an athlete, because of my youngin that I could hear when he was in school. People was talking about like how I might not show him as an upperclassman because I'm busy. But he know K, and it was like he don't listen to that noise because K, and I was just like, wow, damn. I'm all right. I'm gonna go. All right, when my foot heal up, I'm gonna see you at your bus stop, because he was talking smack, but it was in a way like he was telling me about how the other people might talk smack if I'm not about what I'm about. Type vibe. Y'all know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. In the end, it made me it spoke volumes to not to give up on my dream. And he probably didn't know that. Cause I just always been that neighborhood kid, neighborhood mom vibe in general, and leader of disease. So, whatever I'm trying to say, I just, it's not like I said I was gonna stop being consistent. I just, felt I don't have to be so modest. And it was, and I, like I said, I felt Grayson the most from the Kendichi being at that school. And because I felt we was gonna be undefeated, that's what I felt. I felt like he knew I was in football and I injured, and I felt this. Like I'll talk about me being a little rascal momentum and the momentum of it's a high probability, but it's a saturation that has to happen for the probability to keep its 100 or whatever percentage of efficiency of following these guidelines to, like I said, upper classman I chill with, they knew the guidelines when he was on varsity to make it to the league. That y'all know I chill with from my neighborhood. And that's how I knew I was doing the right thing to pull a string prospect to make it, because he was just trying to follow the guidelines, the protocol of the carpet made. And they can't say that it wouldn't be laid out for him. Me, I didn't actually be discipled in ref, so if it lays out to me and people's like, oh, you trying to have it laid out to you, I'm like, no, I'll pull the strings. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not bulldozing like this is what I need to make it. I'd rather stay down so other people come up to why I'm at this position now. So that's how I know what I'm saying, from upperclassmen to the youngin under my wings, just knowing to trust me, just did not have to tell me, just moving under that motion. And it was giving me proof of how shit is corralling and the carousel is going. So boom. So now, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I already had the vibe. The main thing is I had the vibe already from youngins. Like knowing when to go against 39 camp. I ain't 39. You know what I'm saying? Underclassmen that's in spring practice too. I knew they knew underclassmen too. I played football and that it gave the Patrick Mahomes vibe when we played in the neighborhood. And then I see Patrick Mahomes get drafted to the Chiefs type vibe of zoning, understanding. And Andy Reid had Mike Vick. That's another story. For whatever, but that's my generation, Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah. So when I talked to my youngin on the phone after I already thinking of many youngins, when I felt like I felt happy I didn't leave him out, because I was surrounded by people playing with my focus, and I used that like as a cell phone, for lack of better word, a raw substance, uncoded. I know how to decipher it, unciphered, you know what I'm saying, encrypted. So when he called me on the phone, he's just like, it's just the main, and I didn't forget it. It brought a lot of joy to my heart. And I was like, man, we gonna be best friends. Whatever. That's how I felt. It brought a lot of joy to my heart. But nah, so in the end, so that being said, I kid y'all not, I don't know. That joy brought to my heart, and then I don't know how these people I still see it. Okay. It's fine wine now, so it's kind of worse. You know what I'm saying? Because being, people have time to grow into what they have matured and got as great as they can be, or to the substance to be, what's the word? The potential of getting, they're as great as the potential to be as great as they can be. And it still look adorable, okay? I don't know anybody when I was 16 and they 7, okay? Or in the end, like I said, it was just underclassmen 14 when I'm 6. I don't know. I understand people saying, what's the word? Yeah, keep your center of gravity, but keep that, not keep modest, but modest is good for, people don't get a big head. For people that have made it or upperclassmen that are in tune to make it too already, I understand that. Okay, but I have to, something has to give that I'm part of that carousel too, even if I didn't get to the potential of being that age as a rookie. Because no. Hold on, I thought I was charging my phone. I just gave y'all an example. I had leftovers and it wasn't that, but you know what I'm saying? That cadence, that cadence of sarcasm turned to a cadence of being militant women or militia, knowing my left, right, left. And that's what really pisses me off, because I really want to get in the gym, because I used to be a super efficient, don't miss a shot to keep the team on top. I'm making shots and to keep the team on top. That it got to the point that balcony people to, it's not a game. I got that to 1,000% that I know how to green things, you know what I'm saying, to not miss a shot just because chemistry is off. Making the shot will help chemistry and things like that. So I always like to move like that. I used to be able to look at something and just, you know what I'm saying, I used to be able to things like this and go, and I still move honing that. So that's what I'm saying about why didn't I get the leftovers. So if I got down, but the audience, the add-in audience noise, the happy birthday 6 days for a birthday is so bad. It's really that bad. For an example to family relatives here, that if I do this, it's not because I'm ambulance balling and shot calling. It's because I suck. And I was like, okay, give me a break. I did see these highlights come across my goddamn screen. and I'm like, he still looks 7. He still looks 8. And not in an immature way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I was 16, they was 8, they was 9, and then when they was nowhere near close to being better than me. Not saying they wasn't cold. Not saying they couldn't grow up and be better than the people in the league now. But they still, you know what I'm saying? To me, not to everybody else, they still look 8, 9, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They still look that way to me. That right there is crazy. That right there is that's like death to SoundCloud. Goddamn, that's a fraud to the game. And I don't want to say rigged, but I do want to say I had a upperclassman that knew the guidelines for them to make it to the league and knew I was under my patterns of acting my age, because I don't want to say I felt on anybody's wing, because that's a lot to juggle, so I couldn't be under no one's wing. But I followed the guidelines for me to make it too, and all it did was put me in a position. Like I said, the right thing to say, or if not in this video, but on the handles, the right thing to say or do can't be the stereotypes for me to make it. The stereotypes is just a way to, like I said, Pangea is not a theory. But in the end, the main thing that I just want to talk about in this video, as I did hit the point, is sitting to myself after I'm laying in my bed and my phone's not loud and I'm not or being like, oh my God, what the fuck is these lame people? That's what she acting like I just been talking shit all day in here. And I need to charge my phone, so I get out my bed. And then I'm watching something, and she go, this boy done took over the whole house. So when am I going to get to eat? Because you know what I'm saying? Then it echo, oh, he's waiting for us to go to sleep so we can eat. Oh, what great mannered kid. And then echo, I'm trying to wait for them to go to sleep. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to overstay my welcoming or anything or hinder nobody. It didn't echo that either. But that's all I am. Not trying to hinder nobody and creep everywhere to not hinder anybody. Or if someone told me, like my mom said, you're not important, I'm like, I know, and she just, oh, whatever. I hate that he just so modest, for lack of it, or whatever. So the one that knows it all don't know nothing at all, down to someone call him indecisive with his emotions or some shit. To whatever, that's what I would describe it as, but there's other ways to explain it. I'm just trying to say, that is crazy. I asked her too. I said, "Mommy, why are you washing the pot?" I said, "Mommy, you just came here, okay? This nigga had the crib like how I was staying with him, and I was paying all the bills, and that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So he was barely following your rules. And then when you left, he had like he owned this bitch. You came in here, you said you wanted to play too. You come out your room after I would have washed that pot. But Mayan calendar came in my face, and I'm still not coming to wash the pot, and you washed the pot. And I said, why you wash the pot? You say you don't know. And I'm like, okay. Even though there's a hallway like right there, I walked up to the hallway and I did this. She was like, if you did that, if I did that to you, you'd be mad. I'm like, what? If I did what? You know. I said, well, if you are talking about, because I was trying to get your attention. Like, I wasn't trying to fuck up who you focus with or nothing like that at all. It was more of you showing me you saying I have your attention. So I'm just doing this to be funny. And you just said, I don't know. That's not even why I really did it. But, you know, benefit of the doubt, I was doing that. I was really just waving my hand. I really was. It wasn't even to get her attention. Because I'd rather walk past like nothing happened. But something said, you know, I'm not going to make people play with my senses that way. So I did that. It's just, whatever. So yeah, that was some time ago, but so like I said, she come back, clean the pot. Boom, still not eating this food. Afternoon comes, still not eating this food. Everybody cook, other than me. I cook like, you count on one hand how many times in here, and been here for 2 months. Then at nighttime, I'm getting up to make some ramen noodles. Like the matrix they are in for being two. The animal instincts that's not a par to me just moving and me prowling like animals, for lack of better words. Why I say who I am from shows I watched in uniform for adjacent character not developing from the show. I don't know what to tell anybody that thinks their opinion matters. when I move that silent. But a lot of people get misdiagnosed and die because they can't be this quiet. Because that's what's supposed to happen to me. Why? When I say, hold up, the person that's about to make ramen noodles then took over the whole house. I even drove your car. Y'all not eating the fruits. So I eat the fruits. Like I'm eating everything y'all don't eat. The person that hasn't washed their clothes, and this nigga uses the laundry room all the time. The person with no room. The person that doesn't, because they finish these big ass gallons. Y'all know what gallons I'm talking about. You see how workplace is. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't go get water get like 3 something of water or something, and then get at least a whole, what's the name of juice every day or 2. Y'all do both of those things. Why I say watch the clothes, but it's a whole, like I said, about tempering. That's crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like, that is proof the world gets heavy on people and people retaliate for that karma on people that the world's not that heavy on, let alone at all. Because of that and the love between the two and anything else of natural disasters, and that the world does not move. You get a job and we did it. That is proof the world does not move that way at all. That is proof which some of North America keeps up of every job started like as a lemonade stand, then got too creatively or too colorable. But still the lemonade stand, if you know how to find the backbone of the story of the to the economics thereof. Like screw the military started as a hospital, for lack of better words, for my own thesis. In the end, in a situation of don't nobody stop watching the leftovers and whatever is correspondence to I'm quiet, you know what I'm saying, or I'm like a voiceover, I can't talk, so that's known as me talking, that's not really known as talking, that's known as observations, I spy game, that's not known as talking. So what, but we, what's correspondence to what talking is, what's correspondence of me knowing what leftovers is, you know what I'm saying, or I'm watching too. I went to go get me some other, whatever is correspondence of we watching what I'll eat, and I'm watching it too. That shit need to be studied. Let alone the respect of how the world works, to the positioning of that's embarrassing that leagues look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's is carved out in a way that the world's multidimensional, and there's a kid left behind to be part of the dimensions, let alone just this one too. That's what this is. Like that happening is proof of the carousel of a child is non-commissioned, surviving, and it's very militant, matrixing things to the right way and paving situations thereof that lack the responsibility of where people started their linear from to bother was a kid has started their linear to or from there to, from to from and to. And people like, you're talking, and it's like the objective is not to fix the world. Now it was to fix the world yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So someone complaining about somebody enlightening stuff about fixing the world yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's common sense of why it's not fixed now. Why wasn't it fixed yesterday? You know what I'm saying? The future is something that was supposed to be fixed and yesterday. It's not something that's being built from the present. It's something that's being fixed from the past, from extra time for lack of what is present from the past, or lack of time. So, or whatever the understanding or the correspondence or understanding of the depths and the derail or diversion from time. And all I want to say is there's no fucking way I goddamn was about to make me some ramen noodle. The way, I kid you not, the way that I didn't eat all day, like I really be like dead walking, the way that I just got up and went for ramen noodles is how much hate was in the air for I have food for myself. It's the way that I'm in tune to my feminine energy, and I go off feel, and you know what I'm saying, like, because that's what that's the main thing of being in tune to your feminine energy is your feelings, your feel from your inner body to your outer body. That's how in tune I was to my yin and yang of feel. I didn't question that I shouldn't go get the leftovers. Like it wasn't a thought in my mind. It wasn't a I'll get on it later. It was nothing in the air. It was I like you put something on like wires, and then you might drop a ball and the ball just follow. It was like just go there. To where my mom come out, I was saying, me moving like that, this boy then took over the whole Webpoolz. So I was like, wait a minute. Why didn't I eat the leftovers? Now the whole atmosphere from clashes to a new humidity control fix, and I am eating the leftovers, and it wasn't a lot. It was, like I said, it could have been finished the day before. It's just for it to take that long is people watching. Like it's honing. It's honing. I won't open the refrigerator if they do this multi-dimensionally or this with their feminine energy or feelings or masculine energy of thoughts or between the two. Or whatever, how you can explain it. It's known they're moving directly like that, but who's going to say it? Who you going to tell? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? From bird view, if people is like, what the fuck is this? Oh man, he's doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? That type of gesture on a innocently, they can't plead innocence, but who you gonna tell type vibe, flicking off Bird View to Lanier 2. That, usually it just stays from Bird View and Heat Wave Filter or Heat Filter. It doesn't even Lanier. You can see from Bird View, it's an internal thing that kind of spreads out to when you see it from Bird View. And then Lanier, you can see all the way too, and it's because everybody's with stupid or some shit. No, that's not how the world works. It's gonna check and balance shit from that. You know what I'm saying? But the way it's thick, we can play like it's not, and that's what's funny. That's what's hilarious, because the position is, you don't know nothing about me. Then that's what that was. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get, they know I don't want to use up nobody's money. They know I ain't trying to, go, if I don't have to, I'm trying to get into my own depository of wealth that I have exponentially made, but way Bird View set up from what I'm saying, Lanier the same, because that's what that would mean as money anyway. But it's not a question. They just done their homework from being around that algorithm intelligence enough times, so they think they have their second nature of moving down to, or alibis of two, being of two or whatever I've been saying, when really they don't know. All they know is I'm respectful and I have great etiquette. In the end, if they wasn't my friends, they're not my friends, excuse me. If they wasn't my family, they'll be scared of me. That's what that means. And that doesn't change that you should be scared of me because you're family. I'm not going to say I'm about to act on that, get aggressive to get that fear out. But I am going to say that is a safety hazard that you think, because you're known as family and not my friend, to not be scared of me. You can pull that type of feat on a heartbeat. Because, like I said, I wouldn't want them around my kid with, oh my goodness, that'll be a crazy argument, and they don't have no money to sue out of endangerment of heartbeat or assassination of character between the two. That's deep ass assassination of character. That is alibi to do it. That is COPDTAT, like I was saying, that we're took into it. That is, we gonna figure out who's associated, because y'all can't do that yourselves on any dimension of life. But obviously you have the free will to not move that way. So to blame somebody is another story, to why I'm saying that so much can't stereotype war and Pangea not being a theory. But in the end, that is crazy. And I'm about to end the live or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean about it getting heavy. Like, it was so heavy, but they were stuck in those dimensions of watching. I'm about to go make some new food instead of finish the leftovers. And I've never done that in my life. I've never left leftovers in the refrigerator and gonna make me a whole new meal. If I didn't finish my leftovers that day, that shit was. And what I'm really trying to say is attitude. For I always do this. That's what it is. Like, I always eat ramen, so I'm eating ramen maybe at night because they're watching that so much while they making all these different meals. I always do this, so they watching that. You know what I'm saying? So I only cooked here twice. I think it's twice. You can count on one hand. So whatever I made the first time, he gonna try to finish it all again today. stay, and it just kept staying to we can't hate on ramen because we want to hate on this level. You go on, y'all don't know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. In the end, I don't know how to tell anybody about like what Ghost Recon is, but the whole understanding of shit is getting done because I had to touch that ramen to open up the leftovers. And how do that work?
That means it's silent on just how it's supposed to go. But they don't listen, they just wanna play some more. And I'm just with it, what else has the
How does that
world
work?
go?
Because I'm asking the people that don't know me.
I just wanna stack until I can't no more. Why did I not play when I tell them so?
Feel like the Garo Master that.
Cause there was no foes, family first to show. It's true, it's the last truth. Last two, it's the last truth. Test tube, ain't you tryna bless who from the flesh too? I can say, watch out for I had to go wet, you know how to gun. It's
I just can't believe I got told I took over the place because the air was out there. It was like it was really paranormal activity to say that as an alibi. I took over the place. And I haven't done nothing I want to do other than trying to leave. You just took over the place. For trying to leave. Just from helping myself to try to leave and increment in that way. That we can hear it echo in the air through I say the word, however the word works. And I know.
No child left behind, even me, they say I'm the only one. So I'm asking, what did I say from the first part, from the first part?
But it makes sense why I'm still in these clothes. That's what I'm doing to go take a shower. I ain't gotta do all that.
Trying to cut it, but when I didn't notice, who didn't have the budget for the ancient soldiers to be made way on the speed lane. I don't see why, cause they kept on saying I'm the fastest guy.
Right? When I'm trying to eat these leftovers, and what did I say? Took over the world. That's what it is. And I'm like, I had an 8 today. Plus, said was, I hate when people talk other than my brother. Because why does it sound like I gotta say leave? Or if I mean it for my significant other or not, you know what I'm saying? I would not snitch on an individual like that and get labeled egoistic talking. And now the vibe is just status quo that I'm thinking that way, in that beautiful way that, like I said, the song goes. If the world of my knew better, if the world of my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for me. And that's another thing. Another thing is that whole understanding of, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, before my mom came back from when she got escorted out, and that's what I need for her. She tried to flip the script, and they still did the right thing to my brother. Then thought he was about to change this shit to his place. And my mom came back in like so or something, and I'm like, I'm trying to leave, and you talking about this boy and took the turn. Y'all not trying to make me leave or something, like. And then think you have an alibi to be like, oh, he was such a great kid. Oh man, he had so many dreams. He was such a genius. If I die or something, that's what they trying to alibi, but don't want me to leave until they got that alibi or something. They won't get it alibied, but that situation, the understanding is, if y'all know what I'm saying, I know what I'm saying, down to like, how long is it going to take, and is it keep recalibrating, cooperating, catching the throne to try to play with that, you know? And, you know, yeah, they keep catching the throne, and I'm just like, if the world of my knew better, the world of my knew better, since less than 3, it'd be better for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, I'm just like catching the throne. Just, like I say, who I am was worse than the X-Men movie with the Phoenix, and they was talking about like how it was uncontrollable type of emotional pressure. I'm worse, and they catching the throne, and I'm being like, if the world of my knew better. Well, they asking for forgiveness. If the world of my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for me. Like, I'm not complaining through that whole shrouding and people trying to flip the focus, but still own it. Whatever I'm trying to say for why a certain team, what I call Webpoolz, gives me that certain vibe to graduation and me bringing up my young end. But hey, whatever team, excuse me, I just want, you know, I just wanted to make that whole iteration of understanding that that's how I'm moving. I'm moving like people catching the throne to keep me stuck. And I don't really care how the atmosphere it gets miscombobbled and people will clout chase and think they're politically right while I speak the factual truth down to chronological history of the medieval and mafia strips from the medieval times. I'm consistently moving from how they trying to catch the throne for whatever they understand. Like, if the world of my knew better, if the world of my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for me. Like, I ain't asking. Like, I'm not a kid that feels like he know better and won't give his 2 cents because people are gonna be like, "Who do you think you are?" So going through wherever I have to go through the algorithm intelligence, because I can troubleshoot that, you know, stamp that as not working and take the long road, the route, wherever to get back to. Oh, you only listen, so I want to argue with you type vibe, and that's so much that people as an adult think they can just talk to me because I listen. I listen. I'm a gullible listener for no reason because I think I'm gonna do the right thing after everybody leaves out, type of piracy or something. So they try to bully me and or prepared for me to listen and do my own thing for myself. Like my mom said, you need to learn how to ask for help, and it's like stop helping yourself, learn how to ask for help or something. And I'm just like, if the world and all my knew better, if the world and all my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for me. You know what I'm saying? That type of pirate vibe or whatever between to the understanding of that pace of what I was talking about, silence and conscious. When I went to Jamaica, I could tell they tried to make a pirate king or something like that, like Ghost or something the name was. And then I remember my mom was like, let's go out with me. I'm about to go to the something. So I don't know, it was to get her hair done or something like that. And then she's like, oh yeah, the game. I remember the game was right down. I'm like, she's like, give me some money and go to the game room. I'm like, cause she's like, knock yourself out for trying to be happy for that type of zoning, or whatever. I know from, like I said, but not trying to bring up a show, but how I move when it was adjacent to the momentum. And I was like, where's the game room? She's like, oh, you're not going to get yourself out of this. Yo, it's just right down there. It's like back then I didn't play games without my siblings, not one time. So I don't know what thought I would be enthusiastic other than the same algorithm of I didn't go grab leftovers. I was about to, that type of vibe that she wanted to try to happy birthday 6 days for my birthday before happy birthday 6 days for my birthday type vibe. And, so as an adult, I'm just like, if the world and all my knew better, if the world and all my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for me. When I hear what's supposed to be coming for me, or things that I have reached, or who do I think I am, and all this, and I'm trying to still play, but, I would, because, but it's all this talk of other stuff, like I'm not really moving that silent to all this talk, or who you think you are. If the world of my knew better, if the world of my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for me. If y'all don't understand why I bring up the reference of the X-Men movie, it's really like that vibe to me, how I feel. And like I said, they're catching the throne to try to collapse on what's worse than that Phoenix type of vibe. Well. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to illustrate. You know what I'm saying? There's no motherfucking way. Because I don't talk to them, we all gonna play stupid how attuned the world is. But I wanted to make a video that I'm not gonna play stupid how attuned the world is, and I wanted to archive it for people to not play stupid either, and be on a position that I was explain I was never playing stupid. No one just ever asked me to. I guess algorithm intelligence that people feel like the only thing to do is to ask. So, but if they never ask or to tell or talk about it, if they never ask or get told to tell, I don't know nothing. So then out of nowhere, shit like that happens, or someone come to me and say some shit that's nowhere near the consciousness I built from college classes in high school with calculus and economics. And, I'm a counselor therapeutic advisor, so it's not that. It's the trying to crab and barrel me or call me a hinder or backdoor me, or like I said, happy birthday 6 days for my birthday, things like that, and then tell me and then think that I'm trying to be cool for calling them out for what it means, or like Mom's desperate to joke. And I'm just like, if the world of my knew better, if the world of my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for me. And it's like a Dark Order type vibe, why I'm saying why it's not a Phoenix. But control which I seen when I was watching Vanitas. It's kind of Vanitas, ultimatums before the consequences. Vanitas, Vanitas. If the world went off my road, if the world went off my new better, if the world went off my new better, since less than 3, it'll be better for we. Type pirate vibe. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about, y'all. I don't want to hold y'all too long. That was the main thing, is to be in a position where there's no way you can say that I took over the place, other than that I'm the new jurisdiction in general, and we're trying to kick me out before I didn't algorithm intelligence it out of my appeal out loud or something, or we're just going, they're like, damn, get them, you know what I'm saying, to whatever it is. Because like I said, I don't want to say which, but I don't want to say why I didn't bring up the show that I keep bringing up, and why I said, oh, I'm just to downplay the shit, you know what I'm saying. So, but in those things pertaining particularly, there's no way to say that there's no way to be mad that way other than to hate me. And show it with attitude. There's no way. I promise you, I'm not a 14-year-old like, mommy, what did I do wrong? Tell me. And then, like I said, I'll just say that to learn. And then I know better. I'm a grown man that know better, that didn't make no motherfucking sense. Because the one thing about it is I'm doing the same thing I did since MySpace. I'm not doing nothing different. So that's why I know I've reached a prolific peak that hasn't been electronically bookkeeped down to paper bookkeep, where, to views or attendance or audience, to add an audience noise, to think she's right. For it has been electronic bookkeep for the following, shadow following, with things between. 2, I call myself entrepreneur detective Webpoolz, but I didn't say my entrepreneurship was taking off. You know what I'm saying? For other people, you know what I'm saying? People don't want to give me thanks. But in the end, whatever my service is and product is, I can use it for I don't, playing dumb about whatever I have achieved with knowledge isn't really the smartest thing to do. You get what I'm saying? Because I never sat down and opened up the tent to deliberately teach my own lessons, other than be a cadence for what's good to hear from a vibe of a teacher, and correct and truthful and factual from the consistency thereof of what I've done, and consistently still there, for lack of better words, of other explanations, how I explain things, and not trying to elaborate other than that's crazy as hell. And just mad, and actually the air is heightened to what I'm hearing, because that's why also I want this heighten in the air of writing reverse, deja vu of that being said from her, right? In deja vu is not the right word. I guess reoccurrence would be the right word, from the repetition, to repeat, no rabbit hole thereof, a reoccurrence, because it's not deja vu. For natural disaster, whatever I was saying about some people start from 2 to someone else. The space to breathe for yourself as a physical being, or to personality capacities, of dimensions capacities, was nowhere near to be found, down to how heavy it gets for people trying to scatter that, or cause static to that, or clout that up, and how it get heavy, or cleanup team thereof, smiting of God or whatever. That's the drug to get attitude or something, or cause some type of conflict. Like I said about Paranormal Activity and cine shows, when the kid don't do nothing, but they can read when they try to stop a situation from happening, or escalating the parenthood or whatever guardian or parent on that would hate that type of, when they're intentionally trying to bully, or what's the word, traumatize or enact with the person in a aggressive way with an alibi too. Yeah, that, like I said, echoing the air. It was more of like, don't want to say thank you of nothing, or positioning of coming back from hearing things, and it's respect, you know, from the silence. Oh, like I said in the beginning of this video, other handles, was his bullying for the silence of his limelight, not understanding he has to like do things while you just try to find things to silence already. So you have to take away the humanity of that person, or forget they're human too, to have mistakes, and their perfections, let alone their actions without a mistake, but not perfected in your perspective, is a mistake. And the problem is, like I said, I don't talk to these people. So the act of thinking you could do that to this type of something worse than the Phoenix and catch the throne. If the world of my knew better, if the world of my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for we. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were waiting for me to say that out loud. Like, I'm pissed that y'all just didn't. I'm not pissed. You know what I'm saying? It's a suit yourself type of thing. So I know the karma and consequences thereof. While they cast the throne to dilute, that doesn't stop it from being those consequences thereof. That makes it worse. So yeah, just wanted to put that whole drip and understanding into, it's echoing right now, like I said about Vishnu. I'm not going to go in that bathroom yet, but if I need to wash my hands and jump on my bed, I'm going to go on my mom's bed. Ain't no nigga about to goddamn hide that type of noise. Shut the fuck up. Because she left. So once again, this is like in my videos what I'm talking about. Used to live with this nigga, and I didn't play that way. So obviously, someone's accomplice for someone leaving. And if the world went off my new better, if the world went off my new better, since less than 3 it'll be better for we. I'm not asking, you know, I'm not asking. I ain't trying to be y'all cool. I'm not y'all generation. I say class of 2013, man. Again, I don't care how mature I am to be able to talk to any upperclassmen of any age groups. I'm my age group. When it come down to corralling me for what y'all did in y'all class, and if we wasn't like this, or if we had that troubleshooter, we did that in our class too, so you didn't, okay? So don't come up barking up the wrong trees and try to start something with somebody that acts their age. And if you have anything to say that obviously they're going to do what they got to do to get out of the situation, y'all want to criminalize it, I'm just going to be like, if the world went off my new better, if the world went off my new better, since less than 3 it'll be better for we. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I wanted to do, just wanted to explain, wow, they have power of the, why are we standing still? How is the world moving, but we're standing still? Per se, right? That's what that is. You feel like you have power over why we're standing still and the world's moving. Or however I said, how's the world moving, we standing still? That's all it could be. And that's not really power, because you're not moving the world. You just think you have power of it or over it. So that being said, when I have that common sense, and then people want to ask for mercy, if the world went off my new better, if the world went off my new better, since less than 3 it'll be better for me. And I claim my city up and down. They get me everywhere for more explanations and shit, but that's not what this is about. So y'all have a good one. That's all I wanted to say. Also, what I said about keep it on me, you know what I'm saying? That's why Slick saying in the song, for I don't care about the mercy noise, because it's the truth that I keep on me, for lack of better words, and nothing but the truth. I don't threaten nobody's life. God has dispelled anything that could be proclaimed as a threat or not. You know what I'm saying? If it's supposed to be a threat and people alibi it, it gets dispelled for what it is. So, and vice versa. If it's not supposed to be a threat, but people proclaim that as it gets dispelled. So when I say I keep the truth on me, that's what I mean. And everybody has common sense from at least that. The minimum of what happened was, if I go by this boy tried to all common sense and how the world works, algorithm intelligence of me not talking, silence, you know, everything that can be compelled together is up for grabs to bullshit, and I'm not gonna go off that. You know what I'm saying? Because if the world of my knew better, if the world of my knew better, since less than 3, it'll be better for me. And I really mean not playing with how people think they can catch the throne and get mercy. Not playing with that at all. I would love it to be emphasized, but it is what it is. I know I have emphasized, and in the end, there's no way me as a grown man being followed all day while I didn't eat nothing till I go and get new ramen instead of the leftovers I would have ate in the morning for whatever reason I didn't eat nothing, is going to play dumb about recess and they want to join in. Boom. Stacking so much you can't stereotype war. Y'all get it? Y'all get it? All right. It's okay.